Rivers are full of creepy animals that can take you by surprise. One cannot see them when they're under the water, but they can spring out of nowhere or even terrify you when confronted all of a sudden. No doubt the camera is one of the best inventions ever because this one gadget has managed to capture sights of exceptionally dangerous man-eating alligators, crocodiles and gigantic fish found in rivers no one expected to come face to face with. Before we get started, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe and click the notification bell for more such amazing content. Giant Arapaima in the Kerala River. Vast areas of Indian state of Kerala witnessed devastating floods. On September 7th, Jai Kishan and his friends picked up the fishing net and laboured to catch some fish. Hard work continued throughout the day, but to no avail. But who knew the evening would bring them lots of luck? While Jay was throwing his Chinese net, he sensed something unusual was happening. The net seemed much heavier than normal, but he continued. Something was twisting in the net. It looked to be something abnormally special. He couldn't trust his eyes after what he saw. He felt extremely excited. He'd bagged an enormous fish which he'd not seen in his whole life. It was approximately 6 feet long and weighed around 41 kilograms. It was a flat-headed with pink and skinny colour and huge scales. It was later found out that the special fish was known as an Arapaima and is actually a resident of the Amazon River in South America. Local officials stated that most probably the fish was flushed out from a nearby agricultural facility due to massive floods in the area. It caused a big scare among the locals. Number 11. Bull sharks. Whenever we think about sharks, we instantly imagine them to be in the deep oceans. You'll be astounded to know that one of the biggest and most terrifying sharks resides in the river. It dislikes being in salty marine water. This species is well known as a bull shark. They can attain a length of up to 4 meters and are found in the Zambezi River in South Africa, which is why they're also known as Zambezi sharks. Fishermen working on the Zambezi River are frequently assaulted by these sharks. The locals call it the invisible monster. An increased number of attacks by this intrepid creature frightened people, and also some of them suffered a loss of limbs by their strong jaws. These mysterious incidents led National Geographic team to visit the area. Their revelation was shocking for the residents of the area, as they were totally unaware regarding the presence of bull sharks. For them, it was quite mind-blowing. They didn't expect these sharks to be living in the Zambezi River, at a place located about 1,000 miles away from the coast, and none of them expected these sharks to be this colossal. After looking for the giant for several days, scared villagers got a monstrous bull shark. It measured 4 meters in length and was equipped with razor-sharp teeth. Surely it was an astonishing revelation for the gentle people. Number 10. Electric eel in the Amazon River. Electric eels are not the most gigantic or terrifying animals in the Amazon. They appear to be non-violent. They are renowned as the most electrically active fish in the world, though, and also considered as one of the most dangerous animals on the globe, both on land as well as water. Electric eels are found in the river systems of South America. Residents in the region are well aware of their existence, as accidents happen frequently, resulting in serious injuries. Most stunning is this new discovery, likely to electrify the listener. An article published in Nature Communication showed that some eels possess stronger electric spark than others. Locally, these are known as peau d'aqua. These small eels are capable of producing varying degrees of electric sparks, reaching the world record of 160 volts. Scientists working on these fish always use fixed rubber gloves, as electric shock from these can be fatal. You may be interested in finding out the reason behind this extra amount of electric spark. Actually, fish emit low-voltage electricity to create an electric field, knowing the location of their hidden prey. Subsequently, they can generate a larger shock to affect the heart of their prey. Electricity can also be used as a defensive measure. One team of scientists almost had a fatality while trying to catch the electric eel. Guys, be mindful while sporting in the river. Number 9. Largest species of stingray. You would be amused to learn that the largest species of stingray is not found in the sea or ocean. Rather, it's found in the fresh waters of the rivers in Thailand. When we talk about size, it really means a massive creature equal to the size of a car. It's not only considered the largest species of stingray, but almost the biggest freshwater fish in the world. The biggest stingray hunted so far in the Mekong River had a width of 7.9 feet, around 14 foot. The enormous fish weighed about 800 pounds and required at least 65 feet of fresh water to be released in for free displacement. It set the world record for being the largest of its species. Another surprise for the hunters was that it was pregnant and carried 2 fetuses. Accordingly, they managed to arrange an underwater nursery so the 2 newborn stingrays would be welcomed in a befitting manner. One thing worth appreciating, one has to be valiant enough to swim across the freshwater of the Mekong River while facing mammoth animals in it. Number 8. 230-pound river monster, Texas. Recently, a mammoth fish was caught in Texas. Its size was approximately half of the boat used to hunt it. This real-life monster weighed 230 pounds, having a length of 7 feet and 32 inches. The monstrous fish was kept for just a short period of time and again released into the water unhurt, surely after taking necessary protective measures. It's commonly known as alligator gar and usually does not reach this big size. The rare fish was filmed by Fish Whisper in a video. It's opined that for achieving this big size it must have lived for about 80 to 90 years. That means it's been alive during both world wars. Don't you think that's something special? Alligator gars are also called dinosaur fish. Scientists who rely on the fossil record trace their existence to an approximate 1,000 million years. It's crucial to know that Fish Whisper did not harm the alligator gar. Rather, he claimed to be a spokesperson for the conservation regarding this particular species. He's also trying to build a reputation of gars as locally it's called trash fish, and people kill them without any plausible reason. Genuinely a very serious situation for the alligator gars. Number 7. Giant Siamese carp in Thailand. Siamese carp fish is one of the most attractive and fancy fish. It's the largest species of the carp that presently exists in the world. Its habitat is mainly in the river systems of Thailand and Cambodia, extending downwards to the Mekong River Delta in Vietnam. They possess extraordinarily large light grey, dark blue and dark green scales at the body edges with exceptionally large pink mouths. These beautiful creatures allure a huge number of tourists every year who wish to be photographed while holding them in their arms. Their weight can reach up to over 220 pounds. Interestingly, Siamese carps reaching to this enormous size are very few and mostly reared in the lakes near Bangkok. The most colossal carp caught so far weighed 661 pounds, and surprisingly it was captured with only a fishing net. It's extremely hard to catch Siamese carp as it's very sturdy and puts up a brave fight. Presently, hunting carps is illegal in certain areas as loss of habitat has endangered this species to the extent of possible extinction. Number 6. 280-pound catfish in Italy. Antonio Ferrari, an Italian fisherman, made headlines when he caught a massive 280-pound catfish in a river in Italy. This memorable incident took place in Po Delta. The catfish had an exceptional length of 9 feet and a notable weight of 280 pounds. The Daily Mail stated in its report that Antonio Ferrari established a world record of catching the largest fish with simple tools of rod and reel. The enormous size and extraordinary weight of the fish made the event exceptional. The picture showing Ferrari with his catch shows the catfish could easily swallow a small person with its large mouth. Definitely the fish put up a brave fight when Ferrari tried to catch it. The mere fact that the catfish was quite a bit larger than the boat which Ferrari used for catching this monster made the feat really impressive. It's truly mind-blowing to think how a colossal monster can be hunted by just rod and reel. Be aware, nothing is impossible in this world if you have unbeatable will. Number 5. Monster Chinook salmon in British Columbia. Different people like to eat different fish. Salmon is one of the most preferred fish all over the world. Very few people know that salmon can look like a behemoth and be as large as an adult man. A Canadian fisherman, Tad Walker, caught a mammoth fish from a river in British Columbia. This tremendous salmon Chinook fish had jaws so enormous it could easily engulf a human hand, and its teeth were like canines. Tad Walker, who's one of the indigenous chiefs of First Nations, held the salmon aloft whose tail was so big that it touched the ground. The monstrous fish weighed about 50 kilograms even after weight loss caused by the spawning of over 2 weeks. You can visualize a massive salmon with bright silver color swimming in the ocean. You may think, why is it so sturdy? Salmon have most difficult breeding cycle among all the species. They tend to swim upstream against the most trying climatic conditions just to reach their birthplace and lay eggs. They die a slow and traumatic death after completing the breeding process, and that's the reason why they're so robust and powerful. Therefore, we could say that catching salmon is not a leisure activity. Number 4. Monster Goonch catfish. Kali River flowing in Nepal and India is considered extremely dreadful. You may ask why. In 3 different incidents, swimmers had been attacked at different locations. Initial investigations extremely confused and frightened the investigators as they could not find an apparent reason. In all the incidents, 3 teenagers were pulled down to the bottom of the stream and the body remains of none of them could be found. Eyewitnesses painted the picture of giant beasts like an elongated pack. Primarily, locals thought that some wild crocodile had developed taste for human flesh and therefore was targeting them. But later on, the situation proved to be much different. It was revealed that the culprit was a behemoth Goonch catfish. It turned out to be 2 meters long and weighed 160 pounds. Residents of the area inferred that the Goonch catfish had probably acquired a desire for eating human flesh, initially tasting it from partially burnt body parts flowing from traditional funeral pyres located along the riverbanks. The concept of eating human flesh has strange explanation. Religious obligation ensured constant supply of remains of human meat, which helped the goonch to grow to the enormous size. Scientists believe that most probably the fish residing in the specific stretch of river was undergoing change of eating habits due to availability of human remains. Subsequently, it got so powerful due to consumption of human flesh that gulping an adult person was not a difficult proposition for it. Be careful of this one. Number 3. Largest snake in the Amazon River. You must be familiar with a snake called the anaconda. As per records, the biggest anaconda was hunted in the Amazon River in South America. A sizable group of people laboured for 37 long days to catch this monstrous snake. Reportedly, this colossal giant measured a whopping 134 feet. Isn't it mind-blowing? Anyways, and the anaconda weighed 2,000 kilograms. It's assumed that it ate 250 human beings as well as over 2,300 animals during the period of its reign of terror in the Amazon forests. Initial reports of the story stated that the event took place in Africa instead of South America, where the Amazon River is located and where anacondas are originally found. This aspect, along with absence of any credible information, raised as generally anacondas reach up to 30 feet in length, far behind the claimed 134 feet. Number 2. Sawfish in the Kalusahachi. Sawfish are believed to be a marine dinosaur from the Cretaceous period, but they're very much a part of our present-day world. They possess a narrow flattened nose extension aligned with razor-sharp like modified teeth, which gives them the name sawfish. Basically not a fish, it rather belongs to a rare family and is 7 meters long. They're considered as the largest living animals in the Kalusahachi River in Canada. They're so active and enormous that they can jump the water surface, creating a huge splash. Sawfish is one of the protected species since the Endangered Species Act of 2003 in Canada, hence hunting it is prohibited and illegal. Even if they were not protected by law, catching sawfish is not an easy task, as they are well equipped with a literal chainsaw to defend them vigorously. So far, people have a very scanty knowledge about them. Scientists are anxiously studying sawfish for the first time. Researchers know that they usually eat little fish and occasionally crabs. They don't just assault human beings unless someone provokes them. If confronted, surely they wouldn't waste a moment to counterattack. Keep in mind their immense size, and no one should dare to act foolishly and instigate or annoy them. Number 1. Biggest golden Dorado ever caught. The stretch of Luzon region of La Plata River in Argentina is renowned as the home of monsters. This area separates Argentina and Uruguay. Despite the terrifying name, it is the dreamland of every lover of fish hunting. This region is also famous for being the main feeding ground of the bloodthirsty golden Dorado fish. They possess enormous jaws like bull cutters and the toughest bite among the fish world. They could weigh over 50 pounds with their muscular bodies having immense power. Catching them seems to be an exceptional feat. If you're thinking of trying to hunt it, be warned it will put up a ferocious fight, even to the extent of overturning a boat. Once, 4 fish hunters caught a golden Dorado fish, but it took several hours just to bring it up on the boat. Before accomplishment of the task, the Dorado destroyed their 20 precious birds per day. La Plata River is the habitat of the most cunning and dreadful fish in the world. It's safe to say that fiddling with this species is a risk one should steer clear of. If you're fond of swimming in rivers, this video will make you think twice before jumping in the waters of an exotic river. Beware, confronting devilish things in the rivers is a possibility and may result in a life-endangering encounter with bloodthirsty creatures. Share your experience with us if you've seen or personally experienced a fight with some river monster. For more such interesting videos, please subscribe to our channel.